Not talking unless y'all giving me land and 2,000 or more every week. You hear me?
I'm not talking. Not unless y'all giving me likes. And, okay, 2,000 or more subscribers every week until we hit 100K. You hear me? Okay. Well, listen, I know you guys have been missing my quick chats, and we're going to get into just a little snippet, just a little piece, okay? Just a little piece on today. We're going to get into a few things, not a lot of topics, really just 3 topics that I'm going to tap into. So if you're new to the channel, then hey, bitch, make sure you're coming into the video, you're liking, subscribing to the channel. We are on our way to hitting 100,000 subscribers, and I am like, what? I'm that close? That's crazy, you know? But I would like for you guys to go ahead and subscribe so y'all can go ahead and help your girl out. But then, more importantly, just becoming a part of the community. You know what I'm saying? Coming on over and becoming a good luck charmer, a ladybug, as well as, my little personalities, okay? Because it's a variety of different names I have for y'all. So I have to call y'all my little personalities, and that's just what it is, okay? Now, the first thing that I want us to get into real quick is going to be Megan Thee Stallion. All right. Very unfortunate, but you guys know that Megan was sued last year. Okay. She was sued last year, and she was sued for pretty much firing her cameraman who felt like, he was unfairly being released of his duties and he's owed some compensation. He felt like this was done out of retaliation or whatever the case was. So, unfortunately for Megan, this guy has sued her. He also alleged that he witnessed certain activity with her in a vehicle when they were out of the country, when she was doing certain things with another woman in the vehicle, allegedly. Okay. And she and Rock Nation have been trying to get this case thrown out, but the judge is like, no, actually, I know you guys would like for this case to be thrown out at this time. However, I feel like this person has presented some interesting details enough for us to move forward to continue this case, right? And I want to reference something that the judge said. Okay, so let's see here. In an opinion dated Wednesday, July 2nd, they're saying the judge says that the cameraman has pleaded sufficient facts to continue litigating this discrimination and retaliation claims. All right, that he brought to Megan last spring. All right. Now the judge says that this guy is gay. From my understanding, according to the judge, this guy is gay, plausibly pleads that the alleged sexual encounter in the SUV in Ibiza created a hostile work environment based on plaintiff's sexual orientation. He's a gay man. You're doing this in front of him. So, it created a hostile work environment. So it looks like he also said that the plaintiff asked the courts to draw the inference that Pete would not have engaged in group sex with other women in front of a heterosexual male. That Pete felt comfortable engaging in group sex with other women in front of a plaintiff because of the plaintiff's sexuality, right? Basically saying, okay, I'm going to do some type of, I'm gonna do some lesbian stuff in front of a person that should understand because they gay. At least that's how I'm reading it. So he should be okay with what it is that I'm doing because, he has same sex type of, so then I'm gonna do the same thing. That's what it seems like the judge is saying. He goes on to say this is not an unreasonable inference to draw from the facts alleged. Therefore, plaintiff has plausibly pleaded that he experienced the alleged inferior conditions of his employment on account of his sexual orientation. All right. Now, the order also declines to dismiss Garcia's retaliation claims against Megan and Rock Nation, which alleged he had his hours and pay rates cut back after complaining about the SUV incident. All right. And the judge also says these facts raise a reasonable inference that material terms and conditions of plaintiff's employment were altered in retaliation for speaking up about the Ibiza incident. All right. So they're willing, the judge is willing to hear this case. Is going to continue to move forward as it appears at this time because he feels like he has reasonable cause to bring this lawsuit about. And we're just going to have to see how that plays out for her, um So yeah, it seems like he has reasonable enough evidence. Well, I'm not gonna say evidence, but enough in the documentation for the judge to look over to feel like, you know what, let's move this case forward. Let's see what else is being talked about. This very well could have, taken place. So I don't know, y'all, and I'm wondering, is he gonna be able to win this case? Because what if the people that you're saying this happened in front of, if they don't come forward and give their side or anything like that and speak to what they experienced or what happened in front of them? I don't know how strong that case is if you don't have someone else to speak to the matter at hand aside from your own. That even though the judge is allowing this case to move forward, it doesn't necessarily mean that he's going to win this case, right? They still have to, because I feel like the duty is on them. The burden is on, Emilio and his team to prove whatever it is that he's trying to prove. So we'll see if anything is going to happen to where she's exposed for doing these type of acts overseas. I just would think, if you're saying that this happened in a vehicle and other people were there, I would think the strongest thing you would need would be for those people to be a part of that trial or that hearing to express what it is that they also experienced, right? As far as the work hours and things, he's gonna have to really prove that, one, they released him due to his retaliation as far as this incident is concerned. Now, I've heard rumors, not sure what is what, but people have been alleging that he was giving information about what was going on with Megan to other people that are not a part of her team or her circle. And I feel like that's a violation within itself if they are able to prove that that is exactly what happened. So we'll have to wait to see how things are going to play out for Miss Megan. But all I can say is try good luck. I'll be honest and say I'm very surprised that the case is still moving forward. I was kind of expecting it to probably get dropped and not really go that much further, because when I hear about a cameraman, it's like, are you really on payroll like that? Or are you just like a pay as you come? Are you like just pretty much a contractor? So I feel like when you're a contractor, when people hire you in as a contractor and not like a true employee, I feel like it kind of protects them in some range just a bit, right? So we'll see. I was expecting it to be thrown out because of that, because I wasn't too sure. And I'm like, well, if you're a contractor and you're not an actual employee, contracts end all the time for a variety of reasons. Maybe they found somebody else that was more accessible. It could be anything. So we'll have to see. Okay. Good luck to everybody involved. And hopefully they figure that situation out whichever way it's supposed to go. All right. So good luck. All right. Next up, we have to talk about for the people that watch Married to Medicine, child, we have to get into Alora's mama. I think I gotta run that back. Guys, Dr. Heavenly of Married to Medicine has made a decision to run for Congress. She's running for Georgia State Representative District 93. All right. She put this out, she released this information, and she is running. Miss Ma'am is running. Let me see what Heavenly's campaign video is giving. All right. This is what Heavenly says, though. She tells People Magazine, our people deserve real representation, as someone who understands both the struggles and the solutions. All right. Let's get into it.
I'm ready, and I'm walking in my purpose. I bring a unique and needed voice, a Black woman doctor under the gold dome that's powerful, that's perspective, that's present, and that's exactly what Georgia needs right now. I stand before you not as a politician, but as a mother, a wife, a doctor, a business owner, and a proud servant of this community. I'm running for state representative in District 93 because I believe this is bigger than politics. This is purpose. This is a calling from God. And when God puts something on your heart, you don't run from it.
All right, y'all. So that is Dr. Heavenly as she is running for a seat. I definitely cackle loud in my personal, because I was not expecting Heavenly to want to run for this. Okay. Very, very interesting. You know, I saw somebody say on Twitter, like, "Hey, is this like a storyline? Why I feel like this is a storyline?" Listen, it could be. It could be, you know, it could be. Y'all love saying double entendres, honey, when it comes to rap. So I'm gonna say it could be a double one, right? It could be a piece of her storyline, right? Yeah, that's the short answer. It could be a piece of the storyline, but then also it could be that she really wants to get out here and probably shift her image, right, and be a community leader. Hell, maybe it's something that she's wanted to do for a long time, but because she had her children and she was so dedicated to the kids and her career at the time, she probably didn't see room or space for this. So I don't know if this is just some sporadic idea of Heavenly's where she decided to do this, or if this is like wholeheartedly something she wants to do. But they're saying that Dr. Heavenly Kimes, a dynamic entrepreneur, devoted mother and wife, and beloved media personality, is excited to announce her official candidacy as a Democrat for Georgia State Representative. All right. Dr. Kimes will kick off her campaign with a public rally and press conference. Okay. Now, can I say this though? As much as I'm laughing at Heavenly, you know, and as much as I've seen the comments that said, you know, first thing out her mouth is gonna be your mama, I'm hollering because that could very well be true. Okay, you could take the girl out of the your mama club, okay, but you can't keep her out of your mama club. Period. But I'm kind of like, listen, she might win. As much as I get on Heavenly's R's for being over there on the YouTube child telling her lies and stuff like that. Okay. And I'm gonna keep it real because I'm not a fan like that. But I like her. But I feel like some people will be a little watered down. But anyway, aside from that, okay, as much as I may be tapping on her shoulder and her head sometimes, Heavenly is an intelligent woman, right? This might be some good. I feel like if she's in such a higher position, and y'all look, I know, girl, y'all ready to chew me up and heavily, but just make sure y'all add a little spice seasoning, put some bang bang on there, okay? Put a little sweet and spice on there, girl, a little bang bang. Anywho, I feel like she is an intelligent woman. I feel like being in this position, much is going to be required of her should she get in this position, right? She's going to have to change her language. She might end up stepping away from reality TV or minimizing herself down to being a friend of, right? Because once you become in that political realm, I feel like it hit a little different, and it definitely hit different for Black women. The way y'all, not y'all, but us, the way that and I say y'all slightly because I'm not in politics, but as I watch them sometimes, they are drugged more than these. I'm going to say it, whether you're a supporter or not, whether you're married to one or not, than these white ziggers or wiggers, okay, that be out here running a fucking muck in Congress. Y'all do not call them out. Y'all don't be saying a whole lot of SHI, nothing. And y'all run down to the polls every time to vote for their arses, okay, knowing that they are detrimental to society. Look around. All right. So honestly, as much as people probably thought I think I was gonna drag Heavenly, I'm really not, because I think that she is a very intelligent woman. She might be able to make some changes, right? I don't know. It could be wholeheartedly for the people, and then she might have her own selfish motives, like a lot of people do in politics. I'm not sure. But if we got some other clowns out here that's been running amok, and all they gotta do is put on a damn suit for y'all, smile in y'all face, shake y'all hand, and make y'all think that they really gonna do something, then they get in office and they don't do shit, then I wouldn't be surprised if she, put on her suit, okay? Put on her short wig. Because, girl, you thought, I saw you, Laura mama. I saw you, girl, with that short wig on your head. I said, no, she did. You could have kept the longer hair. You done put your politician wig on. But anywho, she done put the politician wig on. And she over here shaking hands or whatever. And she might actually go in there and actually try and push stuff forward and get stuff done, potentially. Right? So, I mean, I'm not opposed to it. I'm not even gonna hold y'all. I mean, it is a bit cackle. It's a bit of a cackle. It is kind of funny. It is kind of funny. All right. But Heavenly, I'm gonna let you know right now, girl, you cannot go on if you were to get this position. And you cannot move how you moved over there with Married to Medicine, okay? You just can't. I, in my personal, don't think that you're gonna be able to go out and say things like this.
Just, girl, if any motherfucker ever needed to sit they stupid ass down, you that bitch. You that bitch.
You're not gonna be able to say stuff like that, Heavenly, okay? You're not in no political position are you gonna be able to walk around and tell the people that they need to sit their stupid ass down, okay? You will get drugged, and you will get your ass drugged right on up out that District 93 that you trying to run for. You understand? So I kind of am here for this for Heavenly if it's gonna give us a different type of Heavenly, okay? I don't know. Now, keep in mind, my thoughts may change later. I'm just speaking on how I feel in this moment, okay? Because in this moment, I'm for it. Go run, girl. Go run, okay? Because clearly, you could be a felon and everything. Hello? You can have all kind of discrepancies and marks and shit to your record and all of that. And somehow, you still able to run for presidency. Somehow, you able to still get parole and be out here and live your life and do your thing. Meanwhile, the person you about to took up out this damn world, they family got to live through that shit, but you out here just la 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 la. Like, so you know what? What's good for the goose must be good for the rest of the folks too. Okay, so if she wants to run, then I say go out there and do your thing. I feel like also don't play with it. If this is something that you want to do and you want to be a community leader and you want to take it serious, then do just that. Take it serious, right? Take it very serious. Because a lot of us will sit around and we'll talk about the changes and things that need to be done in the community and this and that, but none of us will really step up and actually try to do something. So I'm with her if she's really about what it is that she's talking about, right? If she's really about it, and we really won't know unless she gets in the position and we're able to see those things, right? And this is me also trying to separate her a little bit from the reality person to the real life, Dr. Heavenly. Because on the reality show, girl, she be giving a food. Now, part of it is her real life, and that's just who she is. But then also to play up the show to keep the coins coming in, she could be extra, extra messy. 2, I also question why Dr. Jackie didn't run for something. I feel like if it was any wife on the show, I was going to say housewife child, but if it was any woman from Married to Medicine that I could see really running for a district position, I would see Dr. Jackie, and I could definitely see her getting that spot. I feel like for Dr. Jackie, it would be a layup, despite the discrepancy of her talking about Black women and us faking certain things or whatever she said on the platform about women crying wolf, right? She still was able to go on to meet Kamala Harris and work with her and stuff. So I would think that it would be a layup for Dr. Jackie to run for a particular position like this, and her being so knowledgeable, especially with them trying to, shave away rights here or there when it comes to women and their bodies and stuff. I think that would have wholeheartedly been a layup. But I don't know how Jackie may be assisting Heavenly with her campaign. She might be very instrumental in it. Who knows, right? I'm looking forward to the next season to seeing how the ladies react to this and her wanting to run for this position. However, I just hope that it's authentic though. So it looks like the District 9, it primarily covers for the people that may live in that area and don't know, okay? Or if you do know, all right? So it's DeKalb County, which includes Lithonia, Stone Mountain, and parts of Decatur and Stonecrest, all right? So those are the areas that she would be running for. All right. So we shall see. Y'all let me know how you guys are feeling about it. Everybody is entitled to their personal. Okay. If you're not in support of it, I get it. If you are in support of it and you want to see what she could do, Punchinella, then let's see what she could do. Let's see if she actually gets in the seat and what's she gonna do with it. Should she get in it? I wonder, because I just feel like you're just not gonna be able to do both of them, girl. You're not going to be able to be out here being no representative and cussing the folks out down to the bars and stuff. You ain't going to be able to also be down on that YouTube channel talking all that shit and I. Now, you could be down there, but you probably going to have to scale it back just a little bit. I don't know. This might affect Married to Medicine just a bit. And I wouldn't be surprised if she got the position because of the celebrity that she does have. And a lot of people do rock with Heavenly because they feel like she's a very authentic person. At least they kind of know what they're getting with the person they're putting in office, right? And it ain't no bad than what we already got. And that's a whole nother topic when I think about Trump, because a lot of times we be on Trump head talk, but we also are not paying attention to the people around him that are assisting him and helping him with making these decisions and stuff that we all may not be in support of. Because once that fool is eventually out of office, should he decide to leave, because he already was trying to revoke the last time and not get the hell up out the seat. He say that he not gonna be running again, but he said a lot of shit and went against his word, so he probably gonna try to go for another third term. And ain't no telling what else. Okay, the way they over there rolling back deals and shit like Walmart. But aside from that, girl, okay, I feel like it's the people around him that y'all need to be paying attention to. Okay, it's those other people around him, them different Republicans and all this and that. Because once he steps aside, them motherfuckers gonna be stepping up. Good luck. Okay, America is giving Hunger Games, but that's a whole nother topic. All right, that's a whole nother topic. But leave your thoughts and comments down below about Alora's mom. Okay, aka Dr. Heavenly, running for Georgia district, Georgia State Representative District 93. All right, now next thing I want us to get into, honey, girl, listen, y'all saw this. These two individuals got married, I believe, at the end of last year at some point, or however long they were married. And unfortunately, it doesn't appear to have lasted a full year of marriage. From my understanding, it looks like they are now getting a divorce. And I want to feel a lot bad for Amy, but I'm having a hard time, because when people were trying to tell her, like, yo, you know what I'm saying, you sure that's what you want to do? This man just had scandals and things like that. You know, she wanted to kind of give the people pushback. She had a lot of things to say. I want us to go down memory lane just a little bit here. Not a lot, just a little piece, okay? So here is when Amy put up a post when they first got engaged or married or whatever. This was back in December of 2024. So she says, I was enjoying you so much out of the public eye, but here we are. Thank you for bringing me back to the world. Anything I say or fuss about, first thing you say is, did you pray about it? Then I realized I hadn't been praying much lately at all. I'm just thankful, happy, and ready for everything that's coming our way. I prayed real deep on a Thursday, not knowing 2 days later God would send me a Bible toting tattooed giant with the same heart as me. Okay, so that is what Miss Amy had to say about her man as she went on to post more photos and things of enjoying each other, things that everybody else did not see, right? Well, let us go ahead and flash over here so that we can get into a quick interview that Mr. Dwight had when it came to marrying or announcing that he was actually married to Miss Amy.
Are you legally married to my girl, Amy Luciani?
That's not her name, but...
That's her name. Amy Luciani, her name?
No, that's
like a rap name.
That's a rap
She
name.
is actually a rapper. She is an artist, actually. So that's her rap name. Are you legally married to her?
We are.
Okay, that's what's up. I had to ask because, you know, it was reported that you guys were, but it was never no confirmation, anything like that. So I want to know.
Oh, yeah. It's always some rumors, but just keep that side of my life private so everybody ain't got nothing to say.
Yeah.
Keep that private and keep it moving.
Well, what's her name, since that ain't her name?
Amber.
Amber
Okay.
Rose. All right, but you know that is her rap name, though.
Correct.
Okay.
He said, do you know? He said, I know.
I just don't be saying it like,
because he told me that ain't her name. I mean, that's what we know. I mean, because
You
we listen
married
to
to
our
Amber
music.
Rose?
Not that one.
I know, but that's the headline.
Right.
That's what's going to come out next. The White House with Amber Rose. It's your fault.
All right, so that is what he was talking about. All right, he admitted that they were married, but it was given like, just answer the question. Why you got to say that's not her name? Like, we get it. Just let the people know, are you married or not? All right. I guess that was his way of really not wanting the people in his business. And I don't know, maybe y'all should keep things a little more private. And I feel like they kind of have, though. At the same time, yeah, they may have announced that they were together, but I don't feel like we knew all of the ins and outs. But then there was this post that resurfaced, and it's just like, just go do y'all thing. Y'all ain't gonna address other people. And I wouldn't be surprised if people played a factor in the divorce as far as things that she may have already known that she was pushing in the back of her head. And then it kept resurfacing because people kept reminding her. And then she was like, oh, I gotta go. But here's the thing too, because more so people are talking about the fact that he was with men. And for me, it's not even that. right? It's more so the fact that you've heard conversations when it came to his baby mama, Royce Reed, and whatever she's experienced, okay, from him. And then whatever else has come out about him. It's like you already knew that. But you still chose to not adhere to the things that were already out there about him, and you still move forward marrying him because I guess you felt like you were led to being with this man. And here we are. But let's keep going. This is where somebody has some things to say about them being married.
Somebody said, Amy, girl, you don't know what that man did in his past. See, that's why this person who just wrote that comment.
But God knows what you've done in your past.
I'm going to say that's why this person who wrote that comment will never get blessed like they supposed to.
Ever.
Never get blessed.
They talking about something, my past. Everybody in the world got a past. But guess what? When you get into a relationship with somebody, you don't bring the past in the relationship. The past is the past for a reason. Somebody like you will be stuck in the past for the rest of your life. And you won't get the benefits and the blessings that you're supposed to get. Because you're worried about somewhere else and you worried about the past too much. Let it go. Whatever happened to me in 2024, it ain't coming with me in 2025. Whatever happened in 2023, it didn't come with me in 2024. Move along.
Now imagine something over a decade ago.
Why would I keep something with me for over a decade ago? I'm not carrying that weight with me. I'm letting it go so I can be blessed. I'm not holding on to never. Somebody said, Amy,
But
girl.
see, that's the thing too. Also, I feel like a lot of things happened more recently, right? I feel like he was gaslighting the people in that moment, in all honesty. But whatever it was, here's the end result as where we are on today. And that's very unfortunate for her. She is getting a divorce, all right? So the Neighborhood Talk posted this by way of Tasha K. Court documents showing that she did file for a divorce from him. Don't know what could have went wrong. But also, I don't even think they've known each other long enough. I think she just like hopped into the marriage with the guy. Right? I don't even think they dated like more than a year before she hopped into this situation with Dwight Howard, because she was just going back to her ex, Mozzie. And then now it's not Mozzie. She tried to have that whole situation with Scrappy over there on Love and Hip Hop. And then now here we are again. And you're with Dwight Howard. And now you're actually married to him. And that didn't really last long. I wonder when did they get married though? Does it show when they actually got married? Okay, plaintiff has been a resident of such and such for at least 6 months prior to the date of filing this complaint. All right. Oh, damn. Oh, wow. So the plaintiff and defendant were lawfully married on or about January 11th. So they got married this year in January. Engaged last year. I thought she said they started dating last summer or something like that. So they dated for a few months, then got married. Now, granny, sometimes that may work for some people. I hear stories about some people where things may have worked. They met each other and they were together for years, like decades, okay? However, I feel like the blue book value was already out there. Okay? I feel like she could have read the Carfax or whatever, but I mean, she didn't care. She didn't care. I guess she needed her man right then, and so therefore she got him. She wanted to be her wife right then, and she got it. Okay? She got it. And unfortunately for her, it's not working out. But the good thing for her is, although it did not work out, and yes, the people gonna tell you, they tried to tell you, honey. The good thing for you is that you get to go about your life now. That was a part of your journey. You get to go on about your life. You get to figure it out with somebody else. Hopefully more so figure it out with yourself first, and then eventually figure it out with somebody else. Okay. Yeah. Good luck to that woman. See, I be trying to take it easy on people. That's what I'm gonna start doing more often. Take it a little easy on them, okay? Because they already getting drugged by so many people in the comments. So I don't gotta say a whole lot of nothing, but I'm sure she feels the weight and feels the embarrassment of that. You know what I'm saying? Then he got all these kids. And then that's what I don't be understanding either. Is why a lot of times younger women sign up to be with men that have all these children. And a lot of times I think that it's the money. And the first person that's coming to mind, and I'm so glad that she has come so far, and I'm really proud of her in my personal, is Reginae. Reginae Carter. I understand that she's not a topic at this time, but I am reflecting on Reginae and when she was with Lucci. I think she was with Lucci when she was like in her early 20s or something like that. I want to say she could have been 19 or something, but I really think it was her early 20s. So I'm not going to put her that young. Y'all let me know. But she was dating this man. And I'm just like, why? Like the man had about, 3 or so kids. And you're so young, you don't need all of that. I guess he had her in the chokehold. And Reginae was a person that didn't need money because her daddy had that. And her mom had it as well. I feel like they lived a very good life, enough for Reginae to be able to buy her own house. Right? So you really didn't need that with Lucci. So I don't know if she had got that grown man Zick, and with her getting that grown man Zick had her in the chokehold or whatever, right? So yeah, I was like, ugh. But when he went to, honestly, y'all, it sounds bad for me to say this, but I really feel like the best thing he could have did was go to jail. Because I don't think she was gonna come up off that man. Even though she did catch him cheating, but I don't know if she was gonna come up off that man, right? But I'm so glad that she did. I'm so glad that she did. She came up off that man. She went on. She dated other folks. I think one of her other public relationships was with a YouTuber named Armand. I can't remember what Armand's last name is. No, not Armand Wiggins. We know that. Okay, Armand is a gay man. We understand. But it's another Armand, very handsome guy. Really loved their connection, their relationship with each other, and I think that he kind of somewhat, for the most part, introduced her to like a healthier relationship. So she's gonna be able to take certain things from that relationship and realize what it is that she really wants. Like, okay, I like these qualities and these factors about this guy. I didn't like these things or whatever. And as she progresses forward in her dating life, eventually and hopefully she will get what it is that she's seeking, in a relationship. So I never understand, like, and then he didn't have any kids. Well, no, I'm sorry. Armand had one child, and that's okay. I feel like one child is good. And they were around the same age too. It's not like the guy was like, oh, so many years older than her. He got all these kids. That right there, it's like, y'all, it's not necessary. Okay? You ain't got to do all that. I don't know what it is. Because how do y'all expect them to really be there all in for you? And then they got all these other kids they got to split their time with. Like, what is it that you're really getting? Another person I have to think about, and they're on the same level, right? They're not. This isn't a couple that where the age gap is that different. And I'm thinking of, what is it, Tyreek Hill? Is it? I think it's Tyreek Hill and his baby mom. They had been dating on and off for some time. Tyreek Hill, and let me see what his wife's name is, because I definitely want to say it. She was on that show Wags, and I hope they bring it back, Wags to Miami. Keita Hill. Right? They were dating for some time. He had about, 8 babies. But because he had all of this money, all of these racks, Keita decided to still move forward and eventually marry him. But when they finally got back together, it was given like, listen, we're not going to be dating too much longer. We're going to have to get married. But it's like, Keita, you're a gorgeous woman, doing great for yourself. Did you really need to marry that man? I guess marry him for access to the money potentially. But you didn't really need that, not the problems with all these baby mamas. And then she tried to tell us that the baby mamas popped up out of nowhere. And I'm like, girl, you really want to believe that? He didn't know. I'm sure them girls been trying to let him know that. He could have been dismissing them. Either way, she goes on. She gets married to this guy. He really didn't change anything, right? He's not there with her and the child anymore than what he could be, because she ended up having a baby by him. And then shortly after that, now they getting a divorce. Now they're getting a divorce, but she'll forever be known as the wife or ex-wife of Tyreek Hill. And I feel like she might be A-okay with that. She might be A-okay with that. But I guess, it ain't going to stop nothing for her. But ultimately, why do y'all get in these relationships with guys that have all these damn kids? And how he going to split the time with all his kids, working the job to have all that money, and then to be with you, and then now your kid? And then you got to deal with the baby mamas that come along with that. And all of them ain't going to be happy. Okay? They may be upset with you, or more so upset with him, upset with you by way of him, because their issue really is his ass, because he's not spending an adequate amount of time with the child. But for some reason, he got all the time in the world to spend with your ass. Like, that becomes more of a problem. Like, I don't know. And these are just things on the outside looking in. Girl, I took this conversation to a whole nother level that it didn't even have to be. But anyway, girl, let me wrap this up. Okay, that's all that I have. Leave your thoughts down below about how you're feeling about Megan Thee Stallion and this lawsuit as it pertains to this cameraman and, you know, unfairly treated as an employee and all these other allegations. Let me know your thoughts about Alora's mom, okay, Dr. Heavenly, running for a Georgia representative position. And also let me know your thoughts about Dwight Howard and Amy getting a divorce just a few months after getting married at the top of the year. All right. That's all I got for you guys at this time. Of course, I am Jami. That's me. All right. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my videos. Follow me on Instagram, please, at JamiThatsMe. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
Yeah. Tell them I preach to the choir. Stand with my feet to the fire. Give all the glory to God. Stand in the midst of these haters. I'm silent. Nobody can stop me. Just gotta check in my notification. Them numbers hit like it's a praxis. Cashed out at the ATM and the ATL. They done made a gym. I've been kicking doors like the ATL. Got them trying to clone me like Aegis. Game time, I invade the gym. High